Hey, it's Leah from the Yoga House in Kingston, New York. Somebody had requested recently that I do a backbending video. So here it is. It's beginner backbends. It leads you all the way up to Urdhva Dhanurasana, that full wheel backbending pose. But I strongly suggest that you do some warming up before you get into backbends. You're not going to be able to come into the full expression of your pose unless you're really nice and warm, nice and supple. So twisting is nice. At least say 5 sun salutes, even more would be better. You can do cat-cow poses, arching and rounding the spine. The point is really get it moving, bring some heat to it before you can go into the full, deep backbending poses. But good luck, happy backbending. Next, neutral spine, lift left arm, right leg, reach around and grab the foot. If this isn't possible, no big deal. There's no reason that you have to grab. Another option would be to take a strap around the ankle and hold it there. Find your balance the best you can and take another cat-cow. We'll do this on the other side. Right hand reaches back to grab left ankle or foot and then lift. Breathe into the back bend here. Again, so not important if you can't lift this high, even if you can't grab the foot all the way, just do the best you can. Finding another cat-cow, keeping the spine warm. Next up, we'll do camel. Sitting high up on knees, tucking toes only if your back gives you some trouble. We'll take hands to hips, tighten the buttocks, and hips forward. That's the most important. Then gradually lean back, letting your head drop back only if it feels safe. We'll do the opposing movement here, taking child's pose. So that was just camel prep. Now we'll get ready to do a full camel pose. Coming back up onto knees, nice and high, hands to hips, tighten buttocks, then hips forward. Gaze back slowly. Once you've reached that full back bend, reach back for right heel, then left. And hold this, all the while pushing hips forward. If this hurts, don't stay long. You could come up one side at a time, but be nice and slow and gentle with your body. Coming back up and giving yourself child's pose. Now we'll find bow pose, laying on the ground. Reach back, bend knees, grab feet or ankles. You might just stay here, but if possible, imagine straightening your legs. You're lifting the chest up off the ground, lifting the knees up off the ground. Again, you don't have to get very high in this. If it feels impossible, take a strap around the ankles or feet and then lift. Relax, rest down, and come up a second time. Make sure to keep breathing here. I cannot stress the importance of breath to your back bends. It will really help you in the long run. Finally, round the spine, give yourself child's pose, always counteracting that arching movement. We're ready for bridge, so let's lay all the way down on the ground. We'll bend knees, plant heels close to the sitting bones, feet about hips distance apart. On the inhale, lift hips, interlace fingers underneath you, and then roll shoulders together. This is the perfect bridge, and you might just stay here, breathing. If you'd like to, though, on inhales, lift the hips a little bit higher. For more of a challenge, you'll walk heels closer to the sitting bones or closer to your chin. For even more of a challenge, you might bring the knees close together. Imagine squeezing something like a softball. When you're ready to come down lower, we'll hug knees into chest, making circles here, feeling a little massage of the spine. And preparing for a second variation of bridge. Once again, heels close to sitting bones. Plant them, inhale, lifting hips. This time, walk feet nice and close if possible, getting a high lift and then bending from the elbows to grab thumbs near the spine, fingertips circling the outside of your hip. If you can get this pose, you can really rest your weight all the way onto the elbows and perhaps lift one leg at a time. Look, if you're not here yet, not a big deal at all. Work on that first variation of bridge. You'll get here. Keep breathing, lifting hips higher on inhales. Beautiful. When you're ready to come down nice and slow. Hug knees into chest. Again, making small circles. And finally, we'll prepare for that Urdhva Dhanurasana pose. So taking heels near the sit bones, arms reach high. Let's bend at elbows. Fingers plant facing toward your shoulders, palms near your ears. On the inhale, lift hips first, and then just press into the palms, coming into the crown of your head. You might stay here, really pushing through palms here. Imagine straightening the arms all the way. This is a prep pose for that full wheel or Urdhva Dhanurasana. When you're ready to come into the full expression, you'd lift hips and then straighten arms. You power through those arms. It really takes so much both flexibility and arm strength, so don't be frustrated if you're not there yet. Once here, keep breathing. You can do all those same things. Come onto tippy toes, walk heels closer, walk feet closer to one another, squeeze knees together. There's so much work to be done. Keep the breath moving. When you're ready to lower, tuck chin into chest, slowly lower and hug those knees in. Make small circles. Let's try full wheel again, laying down, planting heels close to the sitting bones. Lay all the way down, arms reach up, bend from elbows, plant palms. Inhale, lift everything at once. Hips come high, legs almost straight. Arms pushing down through the ground, equal weight on hands and feet, lengthening through arms as much as possible. Do the best you can. Take breaths, tuck chin, and lower, hugging knees in and making small circles. Last thing we'll try, not totally beginner, but it's really fun to play with, not a big deal if you can't get it. So you'd begin in shoulder stand, hands at the mid-back, bending knees, and then imagine back bending all the way down into bridge, taking feet down to the ground. There you have it, bridge pose. Take a couple breaths, and then if you want to try it, you would lift one leg at a time, come back into shoulder stand, and then lower, bending knees in, hugging yourself in a little ball, and then finally we'll roll up to seat, sitting tall, extend the spine forward, round it out. Hope you enjoyed backbending with me. Take care. Namaste.